Good morning. And I don't know if you say happy Ash Wednesday, but it's Ash Wednesday today. Um, so, some of you may go to a traditional church if you follow the Christian religion, and you may get ashes, which is it's a part of remembering that we're all created from the stuff of the stars and the earth, and that we're going to return to dust. So just to remember that. It's also beginning of Lent, and it's the season of remembering Christ's journey to the crucifixion. And yesterday was what they call Mardi Gras or Shrove Tuesday. It might be called something else in other traditions. So maybe people celebrated with big parties. Of course, down in New Orleans, they have, I think, a week celebration of Mardi Gras. We have a little Palo Santo, a little one. His name is Buddha. He's 15 years old. He's very old. He's been around for a long time. I bought him for my daughter, and he ended up being my baby. Anyway, in the Christian tradition, it is Ash Wednesday. I don't know if it's something else in other religions. I have a couple pieces of Palo Santo. This is a bigger piece here. I think it's a better piece too, maybe. I don't know. Get a little smoke going. Light my incense. I love the smell. I've got a piece of lavender going here. And I also have a frankincense. I like that as well. Just like some little special things. Get those going. Okay. Ring a little bell, clear the space. Buddha doesn't mind that too much. With a little bell. Okay. Soul Healing Angel here. That's the name of my channel. My name is Mary Beth. I was called to start this channel to share with others my journey for my spirit and also my physical being as well, but to overcome trauma and what I've gone through to know myself better and to overcome, well, just for healing, for inner healing, which I think we actually all need. I think as we go through life, there's different times and different things that happen in our life where we need healing. Some of us need physical healing. I think a lot of times the physical healing stems from things that have happened emotionally, and so we need emotional healing as well. Sorry, Buddha, I hit you in the nose. Didn't mean to do that. So, in the morning, I wake up very, very early and have a cup of coffee, start with my coffee, and then I meditate in my, actually sit on my bed. I close the doors, curtains are closed, and light some candles, incense, the Palo Santo. I actually sit in lotus position and ask God, Mother, Father, God, Source, ancestors, the elemental beings, ascended masters, passed on loved ones, angels, archangels, to speak to me. I say, your servant is listening. What is it I need to know for today and for my highest good and the highest good of all? And then I listen. Today, the word that came up was healing. And I keep my hands open, at least in the beginning, and the word first was healing, and then I heard healing hands. Right? Then names were flowing into me of passed on loved ones in my life. My grandmother, called her Nani. I'm of Italian descent, I'm adopted, but so I was adopted into an Italian-American family. Also found out later on that I am actually, my bloodline is part Italian as well, but my grandmother on my mother's side was Italian. She was the only grandparent I knew, so we called her Nani. Then I had an aunt. Her name was Flora, which is a beautiful name, and she was my godmother, but we called her Coco because the oldest cousin, for some reason, couldn't pronounce the name, so we called her Coco. Then there was a nun. I went to Catholic school all the way through 12th grade, 1st grade through 12th. And I was on the forensics team, not dissecting bodies and all that, but at the time that was the speech team. And her name was Sister Maria Joseph. A lot of people didn't like her. She had a nickname by the name of Munster. She could be mean, but since I was on the speech team, I happened to be one of her favorites, I guess. But anyway, she actually retired from teaching and then went to a parish and did parish work, and she was much happier than when she was teaching. But she passed, okay? So she came to mind. My nephew David, who passed at, I don't know, was 19 or when age 21, motorcycle accident. He was my godchild. My friend's son Robbie, car accident. He was again either 19 or 21. My friend Deb died of breast cancer. My first boyfriend, Raymond, drowned. Been through a lot, so I had trauma early on. To lose someone that you love at an early age, that was quite a struggle. But I had faith. So anyway, he came to mind. My mother and my father, mom and dad. My aunt Angie, she was wonderful. She taught math and Spanish, and when I'd come in from college, I'd go see her, and she would always we'd have coffee. She smoked like a fiend. We'd have coffee together and talk. She always wanted to know what was going on, what was I studying, what was I learning. She actually taught me in school too. She taught math. She was brilliant. Just really, we got along real well. And her husband Buddy, his name was Francis, but we called him Uncle Buddy. He was the jokester of the family. So all of them came to mind, which was interesting. These people that had an impact in my life. Then the word breathe. Then that song again, that love one another, love one another, love one another, and bear one another's burdens, you like that? And share each other's joys, and bring each other home, and bring each other home. And so bear each other's burdens and share each other's joys. And then there was another sister that was very important in my life. She was a nun. These are Sisters of St. Joseph that were in this particular diocese. And her name was Sister Marguerite. And she was actually my godmother for confirmation. I asked her to be my godmother. But she was a very close friend of my mother. She was multi-talented. She actually was a scientist. She was a nurse and a like a blood pathologist or something. Just really, really smart, but also talented, gorgeous soprano voice. She sang in church. She was a cantor in the church. Then I went to college. She was in the dorm that I lived in, but I kind of stayed away from her because I think I was trying to break away from things from home. You know, but just a lovely person. So that she also came to mind, and she's still living. So I'm thinking about I may go pay her a visit. So and it made time, you know, connection with my mother who has passed. My mother's in spirit. So those all came to mind while I was meditating. So, you know, when you meditate, you might want to jot things down that may come to mind, or you may want to think, you know, it may help you think about something later in the day. And you can meditate more than once during the day, and there's different ways. You don't have to do what I do. You can walk in nature. You can, I've said this before, like a labyrinth, go around a labyrinth, go to the beach, just sit on the beach. Go to a lake and just sit by a lake or body of water, sit by a tree. There's many, many different ways to help you go within, to be quiet, go within and listen. You're listening for Spirit to talk to you. That's what it's about. Listening. I know you can hear Buddha breathing there. All right. My one devotional that I sent to my friends this morning was about, it's one of my favorite Psalms. It's my favorite, but I can't remember the number, but it's that I wish to live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life. That I want sung at my funeral. It was beautiful. I passed that on. Here's my hymn devotional. Oh, this is nice. I like this one. From Matthew 6:33. Seek, okay, I always stick seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be provided for you. So when we go within, we're actually seeking the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is within. So the hymn that's listed here in this devotional is Take Time to Be Holy. I'm not familiar with this one. It's written by a gentleman by the name of William Longstaff. He was born the son of a wealthy ship merchant in 1822. He attended a church service where the sermon was based on 1 Peter 1:16. Be ye holy, for I am holy. In response, he wrote what holiness meant to him in his simple poem. This is the text of Take Time to Be Holy. Okay, I'm going to read it to you. Take time to be holy, speak oft with thy Lord. Abide in him always and feed on his word. Make friends of God's children, help those who are weak, forgetting in nothing his blessing to seek. Take time to be holy, the world rushes on. Spend much time in secret with Jesus alone. By looking to Jesus, like him thou shalt be. Thy friends in thy conduct, in thy conduct, his likeness shall see. Take time to be holy, let him be thy guide, and run not before him whatever betide. In joy or in sorrow, still follow the Lord, and looking to Jesus, still trust in his word. Take time to be holy. Be calm in thy soul, each thought and each motive beneath his control. Thus led by his Spirit to fountains of love, thou soon shalt be fitted for service above. How appropriate that is, because we're talking about meditation and being alone and taking time to be alone with Spirit. And Jesus is part of the Spirit, you know. Okay, again, the Christian faith, but there's the Trinity, Father, Son, and Spirit, okay? The Holy Trinity, that they're one and the same. It's a mystery. So it's about what this poem is talking about, the same thing I'm talking. Just take time out of your day, even if it's just 3 minutes, even just 3 minutes, to be quiet and sit with Spirit. Spirit always has time for you. Here's a prayer, a little short prayer. Generous One, thank you for always receiving me when I come to you. I want to grow strong in faith and grow deep in the knowledge of who you are. So taking time to be silent is learning who the Great Spirit, who Source is, and who we are. That there's that spark of Source within us, and it's learning who that spark, learning who we are within that spark. You know, it's about learning our purpose in life. What is it we're here to do? We're not here to, we aren't here to collect money and to become rich. I'm not saying that we're not, it's not a part of what we need. We need abundance. We're in a material world. We need things to live in this world. And I think we do need them too, to help each other. So it's not that we don't need them, but that's not the sole purpose. I'm going to quote my friend again, Alex. Well, he's not my friend. We haven't met, but Alex Ferrari. It says, you've never seen a hearse dragging a U-Haul behind it. You can't take it with you, you know. So we might earn things and collect abundance, but we're supposed to share it. I mean, with a purpose, you know, share it to help others in some way. Okay. Open up the Course in Miracles. And a little bit of this, a little bit of that. This is for you and me. This is for me as well as you. I opened up to lesson 186. Okay. Salvation of the world depends on me. Here is the statement that will one day take all arrogance away from every mind. Here's the thought of true humility, which holds no function as your own, but that which has been given you. It offers your acceptance of a part assigned to you without insisting on another role. It does not judge your proper role, but it acknowledges the will of God is done on earth as well as heaven. It unites all wills on earth in heaven's plan to save the world, restoring it to heaven's peace. It says, let us not fight our function. We did not establish it. It is not our idea. The means are given us by which it will be perfectly accomplished. All that we are asked to do is to accept our part in genuine humility and not deny with self-deceiving arrogance that we are worthy. What is given us to do, we have the strength to do. Our minds are suited perfectly to take the part assigned to us by one who knows us well. Today's idea may seem quite sobering until you see its meaning. All it says is that your Father still remembers you and offers you the perfect trust he holds in you who are his son. It does not ask that you be different in any way from what you are. What could humility request but this? And what could arrogance deny but this? Today, we will not shrink from our assignment on the specious grounds that modesty is outraged. It is pride that would deny the call for God himself. Listen to this. All false humility we lay aside today that we may listen to God's voice reveal to us what he would have us do. We do not doubt our adequacy for the function he will offer us. We will be certain only that he knows our strengths, our wisdom, and our holiness. And if he deems us worthy, so we are. It is but arrogance that judges otherwise. Excuse me. There is one way, and only one, to be released from the imprisonment your plan to prove the false is true has brought to you. Excuse me. Accept the plan you did not make instead. Judge not your value to it. If God's voice assures you that salvation needs your part and that the whole depends on you, be sure that it is so. The arrogant must cling to words, afraid to go beyond them to experience which might affront their stance. Yet are the humble free to hear the voice which tells them what they are and what to do. Arrogance makes an image of yourself that is not real. It is this image which quails and retreats in terror as the voice for God assures you that you have the strength, the wisdom, and the holiness to go beyond all images. You are not weak, as is the image of yourself. You are not ignorant and helpless. Sin cannot tarnish the truth in you, and misery can come not near the holy home of God. All this, the voice for God relates to you, and as he speaks, the image trembles and seeks to attack the threat it does not know, sensing its basis crumble. Let it go. Salvation of the world depends on you and not upon this little pile of dust. What can it tell the Holy Son of God? Why need he be concerned with it at all? And so we find our peace. We will accept the function God has given us, for all illusions rest upon the weird belief that we can make another for ourselves. Our self-made roles are shifting, and they seem to change from mourner to ecstatic bliss of love and loving. We can laugh or weep and greet the day with welcome or with tears. Our very being seems to change as we experience 1,000 shifts in mood, and our emotions raise us high indeed or dash us to the ground in hopelessness. Is this the Son of God? Could he create such instability and call it Son? He who is changeless shares his attributes with his creation. All the images his Son appears to make have no effect on what he is. They blow across his mind like wind-swept leaves that form a patterning an instant, break apart to group again, and scamper off. Or like mirages seen above a desert rising from the dust. These unsubstantial images will go and leave your mind unclouded and serene when you accept the function given you. The images you make give rise to but conflicting goals, impermanent and vague, uncertain and ambiguous. Who could be constant in his efforts or direct his energies and concentrated drive toward goals like these? The functions which the world esteems are so uncertain that they change 10 times an hour at their most secure. What hope of gain can rest on goals like this? In lovely contrast, certain as the sun's return each morning to dispel the night, your truly given function stands out clear and wholly unambiguous. There is no doubt of its validity. It comes from the one who knows no error, and his voice is certain of its messages. They will not change, nor be in conflict. All of them point to one goal, and one you can attain. Your plan may be impossible, but God's can never fail because he is its source. Do as God's voice directs. And if it asks a thing of you which seems impossible, remember, Remember who it is that asks, and who would make denial. Then consider this, which is more likely to be right? The voice that speaks for the creator of all things, who knows all things exactly as they are, or a distorted image of yourself, confused, bewildered, inconsistent, and unsure of everything? Let not its voice direct you. Hear instead a certain voice which tells you of a function given you by your Creator, who remembers you and urges that you now remember Him. His gentle voice is calling from the known to the unknowing. He would comfort you, although He knows no sorrow. He would make a restitution, though He is complete. A gift to you, although He knows that you have everything already. He has thoughts which answer every need His Son perceives, although He sees them not. For love must give, and what is given in His name takes on the form most useful in a world of form. These are the forms which never can deceive, because they come from formlessness itself. Forgiveness is an earthly form of love, which, as it is in heaven, has no form. Yet what is needed here is given here as it is needed. In this form, you can fulfill your function even here, although what love will mean to you when formlessness has been restored to you is greater still. Salvation of the world depends on you who can forgive. Such is your function here. Lesson 186. Salvation of the world depends on me. Okay. Find something that all right, let's see. This is a short one. Okay. From a little book of Buddhism. The essence of all spiritual life is your attitude toward others. Once you have pure and sincere motives, all the rest follows. So it's your attitude. And I think it's with the spirit in which you enter into things, you know. You can do something for others, you can do it. But if you do it, I'm going to say grouchily, there's another word, that you do it out of obligation, you know. It's not... that other person might sense it, even on a subconscious level. But if you do it out of a sincere attitude that you really want to help, or out of loving, caring, out of a caring attitude, that person's going to feel it, and it's going to be more of a it's just a sincere attitude, an attitude of helping, and the person, it's going to evoke a feeling of gratitude from that person if you have an attitude of that you sincerely want to help someone. I found, I have a little book on Mother Teresa. I get these books on sale, like at Barnes & Noble here. And these little quotes quotations from Mother Teresa. And she has said, I believe that God has created each soul, that soul belongs to God, and that each soul has to find God in its own lifetime and enter into His life. That is what is important. All of us need to seek God and find him. Him or her, Father, Mother, God. We all need to seek God and find them. And it's all in our own time and our own way. You know, it's like I always believe that, you know, with people, if everybody, that somewhere deep down there's good in everybody. Although I have learned that there are those that have given themselves over to the dark side. And they're totally gone from this vessel. Therefore, the good is gone, or I don't know if it can ever come back. I've learned that I know that there is evil, and people have participated and let themselves be taken over by dark entities. I don't know if there's hope. I guess there's always hope, you know, when they whoever opened Pandora's box, excuse me, that at the bottom of the box was hope. Can we hope that there's hope? Let's hope. I'm going to hope. Let's all let's hope. Maybe we can say a prayer for those that have gone to the dark side because they've given their souls away. I send them love and light. God, it's just, they will have to come back, I'm sure, and part of their karmas to come back. They're God's children too. This is, okay. Anand Kel, Grace. That's beautiful, Grace. My youngest, I thought about naming her that. We decided on an Italian name, but her father was Italian, and we named her after my grandmother. He liked the name, and I do too. It's very unique. But she was born at 26 weeks, 1 pound 3 ounces. She is a little miracle. And I was 44 years old. She's now at college. She's a sophomore, doing well. Double major, marching in the collegiate marching band, double major. She is truly a miracle. That's why I wanted to name her Grace. She was given to us by God's grace too. Anand Kel, Grace. My soul magnifies the Lord, and my spirit rejoices in God my Savior. That's from Luke 1:46 through 47. I actually believe those were the words spoken by Mary when she found out that she was carrying Jesus. Anand Kel means grace of God, and she is here to offer you the experience of an open heart, allowing the love of God to pour in. When she bathes you in a state of ecstasy, every cell in your body sings praise to God. Every thought is turned homeward in thanksgiving. I don't know why he's mine, but he's not next to me. I don't know if it's picked up. To receive grace, open your heart and offer yourself to the eternal. God and the angels want your deep love and surrender. In exchange, you receive a love that is beyond belief until it is felt. One moment in that embrace, and you will know you have found home. You will cease your struggle and surrender. Thirsting for more. Grace can catch you unexpectedly from time to time, lingering only a few moments, or enrapture you for days, only to vanish again. Its purpose is to waken your memory of home, with a capital H, home, and urge you on. Let me get him. Hold on just a second. Come here. Come on. As I drag him over. What do you do with little dog? Take him for a walk, take him for a drag. Dog with short legs. Okay. I just, in terms of surrender, that's what I have to say, that's what I've done with my life, because I ended up leaving a job I loved because I was bullied. Believe it or not. And it's funny because my adult children were like furious because I didn't have another job. And I had moved out of my home, which was about an hour away from here, given the house over to my son who was taking care of the mortgage. I'm living in an apartment, and I had taken medical leave of absence, but when I ended up after that absence and leaving, I didn't have an income. I had to surrender and offer it all up to God because I wasn't sure what to do. And I have mega degrees, truthfully, but I had been traumatized, and I was healing from that particular experience, and then from a previous experience a year prior in terms of a relationship and being ghosted and just my heart being broken. So it was just one thing on top of another, but I just had to surrender and say, okay, thy will be done. Still not in the greatest position. However, things have come in. It's better. It's getting better. I have friends, family. I have joy in my life, which is so important. I know I am loved. God has been good. There are many blessings. I feel I'm still in that. I kept calling it the in-between. Then I found a word. I don't know, it was from a reader or something. I call it that liminal space. I'm still there. But I have a direction. And one of the things was starting this channel was one of the things. I'm trying to figure out how to monetize this channel. It's one of the things. But I have a few streams of income, and God is good. Things are good. Anyway, so I stopped my struggle and I just surrendered. The angels, okay, I'm going to read from the book back to so this particular angel, Anankel, is considered a cherubim in the hierarchy of angels. The angels in your eternal self are constantly trying to give you whatever assistance you may need, but they cannot penetrate a closed heart. The state of grace allows them to fill you with love, inspiration, wisdom, and rapture. Archangel Gabriel could not have visited Mary with the remembrance of her mission if she had not been in a state of grace. Guilt closes the heart, preventing you from revealing your true identity. Repeated bad experiences form the concept that you can only be the image you believe others expect. When you do not feel safe expressing your feelings, they collect until you are overloaded and can't feel anymore. Guilt drives you on, never allowing you to rest, always demanding more. Nothing is ever good enough, and you forget the greatness of your truth. Guilt is not a consciousness, but a presence opposing emotional movement, suppressing your flow of energy. Emotional expression increases your ability to vibrate and expands your capacity to receive. Guilt disguises itself by blaming others, making you feel inadequate or wrong, or attacks your body with pain in the neck or head area, after you express certain feelings. Make the commitment to recognize and communicate your true feelings, whatever they are. Communicate your true feelings. Feelings are the gift of divine guidance, telling you what is good for you and what is not. The more you are willing to express your truth, the freer you will feel. Your reaction to situations will no longer carry the weight of all past denials and will become appropriate and spontaneous. Light and love will fill the place that guilt has held, and your heart will open to receive Anna and Kel's wondrous flow of grace. Music that's recommended is from J.S. Bach or Charles Gounod, Ave Maria, from The Heavens Are Sounding. Ave Maria, la, da, 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 da. Listen to that, not to me singing it, especially my voice is cracking, the smoke is making it, so listen. But Ave Maria, grace, God's grace. God's grace be with you. Okay. Let's go to Kyle Gray. Are you going to jump down again and then whine? Yes. Yes. Probably. Okay, Kyle Gray, my friend. Ancestors, angels and ancestors. He's got a prolapsed esophagus too. I didn't know early on that little dogs should be wearing harnesses instead of collars. I was not the smartest pet owner. So he would wear a collar, and of course he would pull on it. Of course he's 16 as well, so he's doing fine. Just hacks, costs here and there. All right, what have I got? Okay. Oh, Sage. Be devoted and committed. Look at that orange. Be devoted and committed. 42. Did I have a number? Where did I see the 42 at? I don't know why that came out like that. There's not a 42 on there. Sage. Interesting. I don't know where I saw that 42. A peacock feather, and he's writing on a leaf. Sage, be devoted and committed. Message, be willing to go the whole road and back again. This will allow you to be the best you can possibly be. Inspired by the Hindu cave dwellers and yogis of the Himalayas, the sage represents the wise one within. We all have a wise one within us. When this card arises, it shows that you are preparing to become a great and insightful teacher to your peers. It guides you to take notes, as the wandering yogi is on this card, because your knowledge and life experiences can impart incredible insights to those with whom you come into contact. This card is also about observation and becoming more aware of who you are and all of your inner workings, because that awareness can bring more clarity to your decisions. Here's an extended message. Devotion is a powerful energy. Right now, angels and ancestors want to acknowledge how committed you are to your growth. Your continued dedication to this aspect of your life has been recognized, and your understanding that you are not only a body, but also a soul is all you need to continue growing and expanding. The energy of oneness is offering itself to you now, and it's important that you take some time to integrate it all so that you can be supported and guided by it. This is what the divine wants for you. Make a note of experiences or teachers making themselves known to you at this time, because you are going to share those teachings one day too. Sage. Be devoted and committed. Be devoted to yourself and committed to yourself, and be devoted and committed to your growth, into your soul growth. I want to do the Chakra Wisdom Tarot. I'm really liking that one. I still haven't mixed it up like I'd like to. I'm getting there. My sinuses, it's the smoke, I know. I think these cards are beautiful. I love this on here. Just going to pull one. A bunch of them will keep coming. All right, Justice. Look how beautiful that is. Justice. I like to think of it as divine justice. Divine justice. Okay, let's look that up. Justice. 11. Justice. Night. There it is. I think it's Major Arcana. Okay, Justice. The Fool discovers justice. The Fool holds a sword in one hand and the scales of justice in the other. And look at that light. She is clear that her life is a reflection of what she stands for. She has determined what she will create in her world and will defend and protect your right to do the same. It's a fifth chakra message. The fifth chakra teaches us that the intention you choose must be one that you will stand for, or you will fall into the nothingness of righteous indignation. The Fool reminds us that we are owed nothing. We are not entitled. She delivers what you say you desire. Are you speaking the truth? This indicates that there's a sense of divine intervention here. An advocate will appear to remind you of who you are. Allow yourself to correct your direction if you so choose. Key words: equity, equality, impartiality, morality, objectivity, reasoning, argument. Planet of this card is Mars. It's fighting energy. A conjunct energy. When Mars syncs up with your birth chart, it creates a conjunction and the drive to action is doubled. When we connect the fifth chakra of creative expression and a Mars conjunction, it can be time to take on that project and make it happen. Get moving. The tides are turning in your favor. Here's something to meditate on with this card. What does justice look like to you? Write it down or meditate upon its elements until you have created a vision that resonates with you. And here's your next steps. The Fool doesn't allow herself to be diverted from her intention. However, in the Hanged Woman, she will make the important decision to withdraw from decisive action as she waits for her intuition to guide her. You must stand for the intention you choose. Justice. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. I feel I fight for justice for the little guy a lot. stand up for those who cannot stand up for themselves. But first, we have to heal ourselves and then help. I'm helping others to help you all. I hope this helps. I hope it helps someone. I have to say that it helps me to have this online too. Help someone. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, look at the bees. When the ones you need fly close. Isn't that sweet? And that's number 43. I don't know where the 42 came from. Well, that was one, neither here nor there. When the ones you need fly close. Aw, gorgeous. Essential meaning, soulmates, important friendships and allies, positive community. Help comes when it is needed. There are moments in life when you recognize the soul family you've chosen to experience life with. Often they feel so familiar. It's like you know you've traveled with them before. Some stay for a lifetime. You might find a true partner to commit to, or friendships that you grow old with through thick and thin. Some come into your life with wild passion, causing you to fall madly in love and think you have found the one true partner. When this type of relationship doesn't last, you end up heartbroken and confused. I can relate to that. These situations are potent invitations to discover your patterns so you can heal and become a more expanded, healthier version of yourself. Yes, some lessons are harder than others. Don't withdraw and simply blame the other for your pain. No, I made the choice. I made choices. No matter the outcome or the period of time it lasts, your connections are all meaningful. It's how we all learn and grow. It's how we find courage to be intimate, to change, and to discover who we really are. Right now, be grateful for the beautiful connections you have made in this journey called life. The universe knows the dream weavers pulled the threads of fate to draw you together, to explore what it means to be human, to have a heart, and to know love in all its forms. When the ones you need fly close, it's a reminder that love is here for you. Be grateful for the people in your life who make you feel safe and seen, and whom you can laugh with right now. They are all emissaries of the divine. Be grateful, and be grateful for all the lessons you've had in life. That attitude of gratitude. When the ones you need fly close. Keep that attitude of gratitude, my friends. We're going to make it. We're here. We're here to come together. Even if in spirit, our souls, remember, we're all connected, that web of life. We are all connected. And remember, in the end, the three things that last: faith, hope, and love. The greatest of these is love. And you are so loved. I send you love. I send you peace and joy. Namaste.